Hello. I'd started cleaning up around the apple tree that had fallen down, which was a nightmare as it was surrounded by lots of old and rotten carpet that was tangled up with the roots of weeds and brambles. Once I had enough of the area around it cleared to be able to see the soil, I could put in some support and tie the tree to the supports. Right, it's time to put this tree back up. So the first step is to put some supports in the ground. It was easy to hammer in the rods and loosen the ground before trying to hammer in the big long poles. I was on my own, so I used a piece of rope to hold the tree in place till I tied in the strongest straps. I've strapped this apple tree as best as I could, so I've put some poles into the ground and strapped it in. Now that at the bottom doesn't look good, so I don't know if this part will survive, but we've got a couple of branches coming off that part of the stump, so hopefully one of them will be a bit stronger, and if this really doesn't recover and falls down again, then I might just have to cut that bit and hope that one of these other two pieces comes good, because that stump is where the main trunk was and this was another big piece coming off it, and obviously somebody came along and chopped those off. So it's trying to keep going, this tree's trying to keep going, but it's going to have problems. This other tree was in a similar situation where they cut the stump, but I think it's another fruit tree. Now we think it might be a plum tree, but we'll see what comes up. I've had to pull up more carpet from around the tree so I could get the poles into the ground. Took a bit of time to hammer these in, but it's like exposed a lot of bare ground and then pulled this carpet up, so I'll have to wood chip around this tree fairly heavily. As the tree was surrounded by hawthorn stumps that were resprouting, I decided to deal with those to give the tree a better chance. I'm trying to clear the weeds around it. Managed to pull this hawthorn that had rooted. It's gone through this carpet. I managed to get that root, but some of them have got a bit bigger, more difficult to pull. There's a stump in there, so the best I can do is cut all the greenery around it and do something to kill it. But I don't want to put any chemicals on there, because obviously I don't like using them, and B, it's right bang right next to the tree, so don't want to use them, but I have to do something. This bramble needs to come out as well, then I can mulch this bit. Right, well, I've cut all the bits off this stump. I'll put something on top of it so it never sees daylight again, and removed some of these bits of carpet. Tiles, obviously they're no bloody use. Right, let's try and get this bramble out of the way as well. hawthorns have self-rooted here as well, so to get rid of them as well. Of course, I'm trying to get the bramble. I can feel the carpet as well. Bad enough trying to dig up bramble roots normally, but when they're tangled up in carpet, it's even more difficult. Carpet. I just keep finding the bloody carpet. A lot of carpet around here. I mean, this bramble root is tangled up in this carpet. It's just horrible. And some of it is this plastic stuff that's just, the fibres have gone, the plastics remained. And some carpet tiles that I've taken out. Now I've got the stump here and the stump here. I've taken all the greenery off them. You can see where the new branches have come up, and there's still new stuff coming up. So if I leave them as they are, they'll grow again. But I have a cunning plan. Right, so just cover that with the terracotta pot, and what that's going to do is block sunlight from all those new buds and branches that are coming up. And then I'm going to wood chip all around it. If I just wood chipped it, those things would try and come up, but they can't come through a terracotta pot. So that's how I'm going to try and get rid of those stumps. May or may not work. I mean, it might still manage to send one out from underneath somewhere, but it's worth a try. And it's the same with this one. Just cover it with a pot. Once I've mulched around the tree, and I'm going to build it right to the level of the pot and put a brick on top of it, it's not going anywhere. It's going to have trouble coming up and restarting through that. And I'm using terracotta rather than plastic because they're heavier and less likely to crack in the sun, so the wind won't blow them about. You shouldn't blow them out anyway, because they'll be mulched and there'll be a brick on top of it anyway. So if I didn't have some terracotta pots, plastic pots would have done. Okay, it's time to apply the mulch. I'm going to cover it around the tree, but leave a little bit around the tree, and obviously cover up those terracotta pots. Okay, well, I'll top that off, but let's see, with a bit more mulch, these will all be covered, and then those stumps hopefully will just rot. This tree will always be weak as the main trunk was cut and these have sprouted, possibly from the rootstock. I've tried to give this tree every chance, but if it doesn't produce decent fruit, it has to go. In the next video, I'll be putting in some supporting boards between the beds at the top and the path. So goodbye for now, and come back soon.